What is going on, guys? We're back with another What Happened to This Former Gonzaga Player. Today we're doing What Happened to Former Zag, Nigel Williams-Goss. Uh, this is the first player out of the four, I think this is the fourth one we've done, out of the four that has made the NBA and is currently in the NBA. Uh, but it's not well known, I feel like, that he's in the NBA, so I feel like this video is still necessary. Uh, so, Nigel Williams-Goss was at Gonzaga for, I think he was there for 2 playing years, and then he had to sit out after transferring for 1 year. I think that's how it worked. Because I know he declared for the NBA draft as a junior, but I think he played his sophomore and his junior year with Gonzaga. But I'm not quite sure if he played 2 years or just one with Gonzaga. I kind of feel like it was two. Like, I really feel like it was two. So he started his playing career in Happy Valley, Oregon, which is where he grew up. I just know that off the top of my head, which is kind of crazy. He played for Findlay, I think that's how you say it, Findlay High School, and he had dreadlocks, which is weird because it, I can't imagine if he had dreadlocks now. He'd look so weird. Then he went to University of Washington, or as people call it, UW, which I hate saying that. It sounds so weird. For college at first. I don't know if he was there for a year or two, and then he ends up transferring to Gonzaga, and immediately is very good. Him, Jonathan Williams, and who were the three? I think it was him, Jonathan Williams, and Jeremy Jones all transferred in the same year, and two of them made it to the NBA, and they were like all like a big. There's just three of them that uh, everyone really liked, and they always had like dress battles, like to see who could dress nicer and could wear like the craziest suits and stuff. And it was like the transfer trio, I think is what they called him, and I really really liked them, and they all became very very good. We already did. Oh no, we didn't yet. We haven't done a Jeremy Jones video. Okay, we will have to definitely do one of those. What happened to Jeremy Jones? Because I actually don't know. And Jonathan Williams is another good one because it's not very known what happened to him, but I know what happened is happening to him right now, like what league he is in. Uh, and then once Nigel Williams-Goss's career or his red shirt was over for transferring, he he got to play for Gonzaga, and I believe he just started right off the bat, and it moved to Josh Perkins' shooting guard. So I believe Josh Perkins had to play shooting guard for a year or two. I don't know how long he was there. I'm trying to think. I feel like it was 2 years. I really, really do, but I'm not quite sure. He was part of that team that I would say he was the leader. He led us to the NCAA championship game against North Carolina, where we lost by 2 points. He takes a runner from the free throw line, floater, misses it off the front of the rim that would have tied the game. And I remember Karnowski only had 2 points. That'd be another good player to do. Karnowski had 2 points that entire game off of one, like I think it was just like wide open layup. Missed all his free throws, missed everything. And if Karnowski would have had like a regular game, we probably would have won the NCAA championship. But we have still never ever won, and that's the farthest we've ever gotten. And we've made it to the Elite Eight twice. I think that's as far as we've ever made it. Elite Eight twice. I guess 3 times if you count that season that we went to the championship. That's the farthest Gonzaga's ever gotten. And I remember their second Elite Eight ever, because the first one was like a long time ago when they first got in the picture, and it was like a Cinderella story. And then the second one was with Kevin Pangos, and Karnowski was on that team, Gary Bell. That was a cool team. I think Kyle Wilcher was on that team. Very, very good team. And then they ended up, I think, losing to Duke, maybe. I know they lost to Duke in the NCAA tournament 1 year. I don't know if it was that year or not. I'm not quite sure. Uh, and then Nigel Williams-Goss, after his first or second year or whatever it was, when he was a junior, he declared for the NBA draft. a year early, but he didn't finish his college with Gonzaga, but he did get drafted the second round, the 55th overall pick to the Utah Jazz, which was, there's only 60 picks, so he was one of the last picks. And I remember watching that, and I believe him and Zach Collins were both in that draft. 2017 NBA draft. I thought it was 2018, but apparently it was 2017. Because when I looked up these pictures, I saw it said 2017 draft, which I'm actually so shocked it's been that long. But I guess it makes sense. He played 2 seasons overseas, and like, as you can see, in like, where did he play? Like Israel or something. He played a couple different places, I'm pretty sure, but whatever jersey he's wearing right here is like the most where he mostly played. And because the Utah Jazz did not give him a contract after they drafted him, so nobody signed him. He probably could have got or he definitely could have got in the G League, but he decided to go overseas and make more money, which usually does not lead to an NBA contract, but this time it did. In 2019 training camp, he gets signed to the training camp. Like a lot of players get signed and then they get waived. He gets signed and they don't waive him. He gets a full season, like I think it's a two-way maybe. No, I don't even know if it's a two-way contract actually. I think it might be, but I'm not quite sure if it is. But he's on the Utah Jazz, which is crazy because him and Donovan Mitchell, I think they're like boys. I think they're like really good friends, which is cool for him. Hopefully that means that the Jazz will keep him around because I want him to stay in the league. And he was so good in college. I can't believe how he's not like super, super good in the NBA, because I remember he was in contention for like the player of the year in college. He didn't win it, but he was in contention. And that was crazy to me. And then he didn't even get signed right away. It took him 2 years to get signed by the Jazz, and now obviously he's an NBA player, which I'm sure he's very, very proud of. But I've seen like pictures of him, Donovan Mitchell, like multiple pictures of him and Donovan Mitchell, and I think Tony Bradley or Brantley or whatever it is. I think the three of them were like all hanging out, and maybe Jordan Clarkson was there, I'm not sure. But so I think they might be all good friends. They're all on the same team, obviously. Him and Bradley or Brantley or whatever it is don't really play much. Brantley plays a little more than Williams-Goss. But Clarkson and Mitchell obviously play a lot. Mitchell, obviously an all-star, scored multiple 50-point games in the playoffs this year, which is crazy. Should have beat the Nuggets in the first round. They blew a 3-1 lead, which no one's really talking about, but it's not as bad as the Clippers blowing that 3-1 lead. That one was terrible. Oh my gosh. Nigel Williams-Goss played, I think, like 5 games this year. I did watch at least one of them, I remember. And yeah, just he scored like once or twice maybe. He didn't really score too much because he would get in garbage time for like 30 seconds. So he didn't really get to play too much. But yeah, that is what's happening with Nigel Williams-Goss now after he finished up his career with Gonzaga. The first drafted NBA player and NBA player in general that we have done so far. If there's a player you would like to see me make a what happened to video because you're really curious, let me know in the comment section below and I will get on that as quickly as possible. Oh, and by the way, I really like this picture. Kevin Pangos guarding Nigel Williams-Goss, playing in the same league, which is so cool. Because Kevin Pangos, Nigel Williams-Goss, both Gonzaga players, so I had to include this picture because I absolutely love it. Kevin Pangos is a player that we will definitely have to do. And one thing really quick about Kevin Pangos before we get like off topic, which we're already getting off topic, that's the whole point. But anyway, Kevin Pangos, I don't know how he didn't make the NBA. I can't figure it out. No matter how hard I try, I cannot figure out why Kevin Pangos never made the NBA and like never has. I just remember watching him in summer league. I don't think he's doing NBA summer leagues anymore, but I remember watching him in summer league. Literally dominated, and I mean dominated. He's got signed by multiple NBA teams like during training camp, but was never like given a contract, which happens, like I said, to a ton of players. But he was so good in summer, or what was it called? Summer camp, whatever it is. I don't know why I just forgot what it's called all of a sudden. He was so good in the summertime, summer basketball, summer camp, summer league. Oh my gosh, that I feel like he should be an NBA player, even if it's like Nigel Williams-Goss level, because Williams-Goss is a baller. He's a baller. And I feel like Kevin Pangos is just as much as Nigel Williams-Goss. They deserve it the same amount. I bet if Kevin Pangos would have got drafted, he probably would have got to play eventually some point in the NBA. So that's probably where Nigel Williams-Goss got the edge, even though he barely got drafted. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he's on the Utah Jazz. It makes me happy to see him out there on the court every once in a while. I loved watching him in the bubble, like seeing him on the bubble on the bench. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's Nigel Williams-Goss. And I also, I think he had an injury. I think he had like a broken left leg or knee or something. He had something bothering him because I saw pictures of him with like ice on his knee or his ankle or a boot. I can't remember what it was. But I think he was injured for a little bit. And I just thought it's so cool that he got to come to the bubble, because I didn't know if he would be allowed to come because he didn't get to play a ton. And I didn't know if two-way guys were going to get to come, because I don't really know if he's a two-way guy or not. But if you guys haven't already, press the subscribe button, like the video, comment anything down below. What player you want to see next in specific would be a great thing to comment. Set the notification bell to all. I will see you guys in that next video that you leave in the comment section below. Peace.